Alright guys, welcome back. It's LSP. It's currently the 2nd of February 2021. Hope everybody's well. Gonna do a quick breakdown. We are in episode 2 of Let's Make Some Money. To be honest, I am gonna change the title of the playlist. Let's Make Some Money. It just sounds a bit corny and stupid, really. So I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it. Probably just call it, let's trade or something. Episode 1, whatever. So going back to the analysis that I'm going to be doing on the EURUSD, I am going to be looking for a potential trade tomorrow on EURUSD. Again, as always, guys, it's not trade advice. It's just for educational purposes. And I'm going to kind of go into a few things today on what I like to see. So the overall structure, when we look at the weekly chart like this, and I'm going to try and keep the video short. Okay, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but when we look at the weekly chart like this, for me, the key areas are down here. We've had a bit of a sloppy mess, but we came out of this mess, okay, having had a really nice long drawn out downtrend for quite a while. Then we had this insane move, very messy, and then it's been grinding higher ever since. Really nice pause here, consolidating for weeks, and then we had a nice pop outside of this, and this pullback that we're having now is nice and controlled. I want to see price a little bit lower, just on the tip end of this consolidation, or the top end, sorry, not the tip end, top end of this consolidation. Okay, a little bit lower, get a nice little Wednesday low of the week, and then I'll be thinking about potentially picking something up here for a longer term trade, for a run back up into a test of accumulation into this area over here. Now what I mean by that is when you look at price on the initial run up, and let me see if I can just grab this fully on the screen, all of it, if I zoom in like this. Okay, so you had this pop out of the consolidation, price started to accelerate. Yeah, and as it's accelerating, it's reaching for liquidity. Okay, and it's reaching for liquidity, and it finds it just there. Yeah, we know it's found liquidity just there because it slows down. All right, there's a reaction. Now really think about that for a second. Yeah, and I'm trying to incorporate some ideas to get you thinking. Yeah, price runs up, and as it's running up, it's reaching, and it obviously finds something because it reacts. Yeah, the wicks are extremely important. Yeah, if you pay attention to the wicks, there's a lot of information in the wicks. So price goes up there, it reacts, then it starts to slow down, then it starts to accelerate again, and it accelerates again, and it goes into this consolidation over here. Now again, we know that price is doing something in this area because it's reacting. You can see that price starts to get a little bit messy up here, gets a little bit erratic, it's taking out highs on these candles, and it's reversing, and it's, we get this nice drop here. And then we've had subsequent weeks where price stored just here, and then this week it starts to drop and it's eating back into this to rebalance. Okay, so for all of this to happen, we know that price on the initial up move, and then this area here, when it's created this swing, has obviously accumulated and picked up some liquidity. It had to have done. There's no other way of looking at it. It has to have picked up liquidity, and in doing so, we know that if price does eventually go back up there, it needs to. I'll be careful how I say this because it doesn't have to go deeper into this area of liquidity. Okay, meaning it has to clear this high. That's not what it means, because if you break down these areas of liquidity within these tails here on each week on a lower time frame, you can see the pockets of liquidity that price may want to reach into, to accumulate, to pick up, to sell, and so on, pair orders and all that good stuff. Yeah. So I'm not saying it has to go deeper into this area over here, but that's what I'm expecting based on the overall structure of what we're seeing on the excuse me, based on the overall structure of what we're seeing on the weekly chart. So when we drop down to the daily, okay, we can see daily, right? Really nice structure on the daily, to be fair. And I have to get used to this platform, but really nice structure on the daily. Okay, we're coming into a really nice area over here. I'll put some favorites over here. So if we just grab this, I don't use the Fibonacci tool, so I don't know. Sorry guys, I don't know why that's in there. Let me just get rid of that. Okay, so this area here I do like a lot, actually. Okay, that's a really bizarre color. We'll just make it blue. Okay, so I really like this area down here. This is where I really want to see price. If we just do a price measurement from here to roughly here, we can see around about 47 pips. Now for euro on a daily range, it's not a big deal. The average daily range on euro is slightly over that, especially at this time of the year. So we could see that tomorrow. So I would be happy to see, you know, a nice run into this area down here. London session going into New York session early. So London session open, drops into this area. This would be the perfect scenario for me. London session drops into this area with a little bit of aggression, reverses, going into early New York, pick something up during early New York. After some confirmation entry, obviously there's some things that I like to see during the entry phase of what I'm looking for in the hourly and the 15-minute chart paired together, but the overall area and structure of what I'm seeing, this is it for me down here, yeah. In terms of picking something up for a longer term trade, you know, to see price going, you know, going back into that weekly area of absorption of liquidity. So we'll see how that pans out tomorrow. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. As always, I hope the video finds everybody well. If you find value in what I'm posting, please give the video a thumbs up, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with this this video series. And I will catch up with you guys very soon in the next episode. Take care, and I will speak to you soon.